What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again with another game preview and score prediction. The #1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs against the 14th ranked Clemson Tigers. Saturday, August 31st, Atlanta, Georgia. 12 o'clock, high noon, baby. High noon. All right. Remember the last time these two teams met? It was a close game, man. Georgia pulled it off. It was a single-digit win. So we'll see how it go on Saturday. I'm excited for this game, and I'm ready for this game, even though I don't have a dog in the fight. But I'm excited to see this game. I hope Georgia fans, Kirby Smart and these Georgia Bulldogs, don't think they're going to come into this game and get an easy win. I don't think it's going to be that way. All right. I think just like the last Georgia versus Clemson, I think this is going to be a close one too. And I think this game can go either way. All right. So don't count these Clemson Tigers out. I'm telling y'all now. But let's go ahead and get into the video. And we're going to start out by talking about Clemson under the tutelage of Dabo Swinney. But anyway, Clemson, in my opinion, I think they are one of the most experienced teams in college football as far as playing together. Every starter on this team has been in the system more than 1 year. Every one of them. They bringing back the starting quarterback, Cade Klubnik, the starting running back. They got a starting receiver from last season coming back. Now they got two new wide receivers that'll be on the field this season. You know, they'll be new as far as getting a lot of playing time. They've been on the team. Both of them are sophomores this year. So they was on the team last season. So they know what to expect. They got on the field last season, but not much. I think both of them got 20-something receptions apiece for like 200-something yards, both of them. So they got experience, not much, but they got some. But they are experienced in Dabo's system. I'll just say that. As far as the offensive line for Clemson, most of everybody coming back. Like I say, everybody on this team, all these starters, has been in this system for more than 1 year. No transfers, no freshmen will be starting for the Clemson Tigers. As far as the defense, they bringing back a lot. All experienced guys, all been in the system. So, but the thing is, Cade Klubnik, the quarterback, he can't get out there and stink up the joint. Cade Klubnik will probably have to play his best game as far as the first game is concerned. Both teams will have mistakes. That's expected in the first game of the season. But Cade Klubnik, he's going to have to play his ass off. I'm telling you now. He had some good games last season, and he had some games like he just never played football in his life. So I'm not saying Cade Klubnik can't get better. Remember, he's only been a starter 1 year. He can get better from year 1 to year 2. And guess what? I'm expecting Cade Klubnik to be better than he was last season. But he cannot revert back to the Cade Klubnik that he was in some of those games that he played in last season. Not against the Georgia Bulldogs, even though it's the Georgia Bulldogs' first game also. We all know what them dogs bring to the table. We know the standard that Kirby has set for those Georgia Bulldogs. We already know this. But in saying that, Georgia can't come out and just think that this is going to be an automatic win for them. They can't do that. And I'm sure Kirby ain't going to let them look over Clemson Tigers. Because Clemson Tigers, they ain't no Western Kentucky like Alabama playing, okay? They ain't no UAB or Tennessee Martin. They not them. Clemson is a formidable opponent. You can't count them out, or you'll lose. That's fact. That is fact. So, hey, Georgia Bulldogs, you might have a tough first game on your hands. I think you do. Maybe your fans think you don't. But it's my opinion. My opinion that Clemson Tigers going to come into this game expecting to win. And if they don't win, it will be a hard-fought loss and a hard-fought win for the Georgia Bulldogs. My opinion. All right, so, but like I say, this team is probably one of the most experienced teams in college football as playing together. All right, they got the cohesion. They got the camaraderie. All right, and I feel like because every single one of these starters has been on this team for more than 1 year, they're going to play hard. That makes them play harder for each other. So we'll see what Clemson look like Saturday, 12 noon. And they talk about these Georgia Bulldogs. We know they bringing a lot back. We know they bringing Carson Beck back. Okay, we know Dylan Bell is coming back. I think Dylan Bell will probably be one of their best receivers this season. Brock Bowles is gone, but they got Oscar Depp at the tight end position, who has a lot of game time experience as a backup tight end. You got running backs coming back who got game time experience, although one of them won't be playing because he's injured. All right, then you got Trevor Etienne. Don't know the situation with him, whether he will play or whether he won't. Okay, but if Trevor Etienne don't play, I don't think it'll be a big deal, because Trevor Etienne has not played one meaningful game time snap for those Georgia Bulldogs. Not one. All right, they'll just have to go with the next man up if Trevor Etienne don't play. But I think I don't know which one of those Robinson boys, the ones, which one is injured, whether it's Roderick or Branson. I think that's their name. I know it's Branson Robinson, and then Roderick Robinson. I guess that's their name. But anyway, let me see. I don't want to make no mistake. Yeah, Branson Robinson and Roderick Robinson. I don't know which one of those guys are injured. But the next guy, he got game time experience too. And if Trevor Etienne can't go, you're just going to have to go with Cash Jones. Cash Jones got game time experience too. So, hey, I think they'll still be good at the running back position. But Trevor Etienne do got a lot of experience, coming from the Florida Gators. But he hasn't played for those one snap for those Georgia Bulldogs. So we'll see about that. But anyway, like I say, wide receiver Dylan Bell, he's going to be a great receiver for those guys. Plus, they bringing back Arian Smith. The guy's fast. He just need to stay healthy. All right. You still got Dominic Lovett. So you got a nice core of wide receivers. Even though Ra Thomas won't be there, you know what happened with him. So next, Georgia still got a nice core of wide receivers. Plus, they added Kobe Young, transfer from Miami, which I think he had about a little over 500 yards receiving last year for Miami. That's not bad. Then you got transfer from Vanderbilt, who got a lot of game time experience. So you got an experienced wide receiver core. All right. So we'll see about that. And you bringing back damn near everybody on the offensive line. I think the only person you lost on the offensive line was Amaris Mills from last year. But that is a big loss off the offensive line because he was one of the best offensive linemen in the country. So that's the only ones I think you lost off the offensive side of the ball. Ra Thomas and Amarius Mims. So Georgia is bringing back a lot of experience on the offensive side of the ball. Now on defensive side of the ball, they bringing back basically everybody on that front seven. Besides James Dumas Johnson, I believe, at the linebacker position. But I don't even think he was a starter last year. But the front seven should be better than it was last year. At least I think it will be. Being that this is their second year together. And basically everybody is coming back. Now the secondary, they lost some people. All right. Kamar Lassiter. Javon Bullard, Tyke Smith. So they took a hit in the secondary. All right. But I'm sure they got guys back there that can step up. One of them, a great defensive back, Malachi Starks. I think he's going to be the quarterback of the secondary. He's a great defensive back. Okay. You got Jake Pope, transfer from Alabama. Don't know if he'll be starting or what. But Jake Pope, even though he wasn't a starter at Alabama, he's not a slouch. And if he start, I think that's a great pickup for those Georgia Bulldogs. So, hey, it is what it is, man. But Georgia got Michael Williams coming back, Nazir Stackhouse. I mean, all these guys, man. Warren Brinson, C.J. Allen, Small Munden. Like I say, Malachi Starks and Dan Jackson. All those guys are coming back, man, on the defensive side of the ball. And like I say, the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line probably will be one of the best offensive lines in the country. Those guys got a year under their belt. They're only replacing one guy. So this is a very experienced Georgia Bulldog football team. And saying that, you have a very experienced Clemson Tiger football team. So I think this is going to be a tough first game for both teams. Now, I do think Georgia got the better athletes. I know both teams, Power 4 conference, both of them got 4 and 5 stars. But I think Georgia got the better athletes. I think they got the better coaching staff. I do. We all know Kirby right now is a better head coach than Dabo Swinney. We all know that. So, but unlike Dabo, Kirby is willing to dip into that transfer portal and get pieces that he need better than what he already have for the next man up at that position. Kirby is willing to go do that, get it out the transfer portal. Dabo was not. So that you can take that into account in this game anyway. So we'll see. We'll see how the chips fall. We'll say about 3:30 Saturday afternoon. All right. But I am not in no way, shape, or form counting Clemson out this game, because I am picking Georgia, those dogs, to win this game. But I think it's going to be close. All right. I think it's going to be close. And I think being it's the first game, both teams will be trying to work some kinks out. I think once again, just like the last time they met, it'll be a single-digit win. That's what I think. Now, Georgia is favored in this game by 13.5. Over and under 49.5. I don't think Georgia will cover. I don't think it'll be 49.5. I don't think that many points will be scored. That's just me. Okay? But it might. But anyway, I got Georgia winning this game. Close. All right? So I'm going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs scoring 28 points. Georgia Bulldogs, no, I'm not. Georgia Bulldogs 24. Clemson Tigers 18. That's my final say so. And I'm sticking with it. Georgia Bulldogs 24. Clemson 18. As I always say, that's my final answer. And I'm sticking with it. So, it is what it is. After Saturday, Georgia will be 1-0. And Clemson will be 0-1. That's just the way it is. Now, if Clemson pull this off, let me ask y'all a question. If Clemson pull this off, if Clemson pull this game off, will it really be an upset? Will it really be an upset? If Clemson pull this game off, will we look at the Georgia Bulldogs like we looked at Florida State for losing to Georgia Tech? Would we? Because if you remember, just like Florida State, they didn't get to the playoff. They crying and whining, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Georgia Bulldogs didn't get in the playoff. They thought they should have been in the playoffs. They had some issues with that. And as far as the talk that they talked to Alabama fans, we would have did this or we would have did this if we would have got in the playoff. Oh, we would have beat Michigan. We would have did this and we would have did that. You know what I'm saying? So, and just like we talking trash about Florida State, they doing all that crying, talking about they should have been in the playoff last season and all that, and come out and do this. So will we do the same thing to those Georgia Bulldogs or look at them in that same way? Maybe, maybe not. But Georgia Bulldogs, you better win this damn game. For the sake of your fans. You put it like that. Because if you don't, old KB will be right here to bask in your misery. Roll damn Tide.